Marina, thank you. Fashion's most extravagant night went down in New York City. The Met Gala threw an invitation-only party, as it does, where the stars stepped out in couture and creations that range from divine to daring.
Ooh.
Stylist and author Marcellas Reynolds wasn't just watching, he was judging.
I know he
we
was.
know he does that.
Because I was texting him.
As one does.
All night. I was like,
Yes,
who's going to hear my
were.
rant? I know. Okay, so let's start with the theme. It was Superfine Tailoring Black Style. It's a celebration of black fashion with the concept of dandyism. Now, it was beautiful to note that this was the first time they were doing a nod to black designers, which was wonderful.
Yes,
but as I was texting you, did people understand what the theme was?
Well, I wrote a little something out. I want to explain what black dandyism, because it has a historical concept. I define black dandyism as using fashion to express style, panache, and joy in the face of oppression.
Okay.
It's using clothing as armor to show the viewer who you are stylistically and what you believe.
So it's kind of your personality, how you present yourself?
Your personality.
And a statement.
And it's always about expressing love. It's always about expressing oneself. And it's always about optimism.
Okay. So,
Who
did you
understood
answer
that?
Sheba's
All right,
question?
who understood the
Because
assignment?
we know there were many who did not. Who did?
This is true.
Let's start positive.
Okay, it starts with Rihanna, of course, the last person to show up.
Right.
Now, here, I was sort of underwhelmed by this outfit.
Okay.
However, we saw a lot of deconstructing menswear last night.
That's
and
true.
this is the way that it was executed the best.
Okay.
So, of course, it's Rihanna. Of course, she did it correctly. And so I love that idea of the bottom of the dress is like a blazer from behind.
Yeah, I could see that.
The torso is sweater material.
And we should
then
also
the
say
shrunken
to focus on the
jacket.
pregnant
Well,
belly,
that's what
which
I was
was the
gonna say.
point. She was announcing her third pregnancy.
She was announcing her.
Congratulations.
We ain't never gonna get that album.
He was crying to me. I said, let that lady live. Go buy some Fenty lip gloss and leave her alone. She's done enough.
Fine. Jodie Turner-Smith, who I think is an absolute icon.
Okay,
and what
I
I
thought this
love
was
about
beautiful.
this actually is that it's Burberry. And so when you're talking menswear, you're talking classic tailoring. And she got all the elements right. We saw a lot of people wearing hats.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a hat today.
Yes,
but
you are.
Jodie tilted that hat just right. And I love that color on her.
I
She's
like
beautiful.
it's also still feminine in
Yeah.
an interesting way, right? By using the
Absolutely.
different mixtures of materials.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, hers was gorgeous.
Now, the next outfit that I think got it right out of all the menswear outfits last night was J Balvin.
Oh, interesting.
And he is
Okay.
wearing vintage actual Marc Jacobs.
Oh.
Now, when you look at this color online, it's actually a beautiful blush pink.
Oh, it is.
And the thing that I love about this outfit the most is that it's all those classic menswear elements, but it also has this 40s zoot suit feel.
It does. I
Yeah.
like the satin trim on it.
Yes.
Okay, I don't like the hat. I don't think he needed the hat.
I don't think you needed the hat, but the thing about the dandy is you don't take off an accessory, you put on an additional accessory.
Well, could we have found
That's
an
the feeling with the
accessory?
dandy.
Okay, so that's your one male yes? I'm surprised.
No, I've got a lot of males. We keep going.
I think the men actually.
Not us attacking you.
I think the men are the ones who brought it. last
They
night.
did.
Absolutely.
I
It
wish
was
they
their
should.
night.
Well,
Yeah.
women got a little lost in what's tailoring
Yes.
and where they're supposed to go. So who were some of the
Yeah,
other
who else
super
did you
finalists?
love?
Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz and Moncler. Now, see, this is what I love about this is it's couples dressing.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
And that's a whole thing in and of
Yeah.
itself,
That's a
right?
whole
Because you
thing
can
in and
either
of
clash
itself.
or you can be
No,
amazing.
they got to be together.
And you could be amazing. And they got this right with the almost the reverse striping. I love okay, it's the Met Gala and it's dandy. Give me something black. When Miss Keys put on that beaded
That's
cap,
right.
a la Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard,
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
yes.
Okay.
When Swizz put on the do-rag, I was
said,
like,
yeah,
hallelujah.
we're getting there.
Okay, there we are. All right, moving forward. Keke Palmer and Vera Wang. Again, this is one of those outfits that is like the menswear inspired look. So we saw a lot of women in pants last night. Yes, Keke, throw it open. I love the volume of the bottom of that gown. I love how it plays with that sort of menswear blazer look at the top.
Yeah.
And if you really look at
It's
that
got
lacing,
pearls.
that was like the ruffle of a men's tuxedo
okay,
shirt.
okay.
So she
I'm loving the
really
trains on a
executed.
lot of these dresses, too.
Yes.
I love the trains at the Met Gala.
Lupita Nyong'o in Chanel.
Oh, yeah, she does no wrong for me.
Now,
I know, but I didn't love this for her.
See,
She's
you
done
know what?
so many other amazing outfits.
Here's what I loved about it. The color harkens back to the night that she won her Best Supporting Actress
That's right.
Oscar.
That was honestly my only criticism. I love the outfit, but I wanted like a bold yellow.
And And so much of Black dandyism is about the church.
Okay.
And this looks like the church lady who is passing,
Yes.
who is passing the basket, talking about, I know you didn't put coins in that basket,
You think she had
miss.
some mints in her purse last night? She looked phenomenal, and she's so stunning.
Okay, Dwayne Wade and Prada. I love this. Okay, I wanted to see men in like a tailcoat, and that's what he did.
Yeah,
I
loved
wanted
this,
to see
actually.
the vest. I wanted to see the tie, and he gave us that whole thing. It's almost the idea of the head waiter.
Yeah.
And a lot of
It's bringing
dandyism.
Bridgerton to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a lot of dandyism is also, unfortunately, steeped in this idea of the Black person as the servant. And it's how we took those tropes and made them opulent and made them
extravagant,
ours.
yes.
And I love that how he played with those proportions.
We also saw so much white and black. I feel like
I don't
a
know.
lot of
I don't
people
know what was happening
Yeah.
there, but here is Black done the right
Okay.
way. This is Jenny. I think she's from Blackpink, and she showed up in Chanel. She's actually one of the faces of Chanel right now.
That was
and
very
this
Chanel.
outfit was everything. I love. Whenever you see a hat
Yes.
on a woman,
Yeah.
that feels like church on a Sunday. And I love that outside
loving these
bowler.
hats.
I love the big flower. I love the menswear elements on the bodice. I love the fullness of the skirt. And again, there's pants underneath that skirt.
Okay, so you've given a lot of ones you liked.
Yeah.
I don't know that I fully agree with all of them.
Yeah,
but,
I don't,
but which ones did you think missed the mark?
Yeah, let's talk
All right,
about
who
it.
missed the mark? Bad Bunny and Prada. Now, I love Bad Bunny, and I especially love Bad Bunny in the Calvin Klein underwear campaign
well.
right now.
Not
You
when you
can't
keep
miss
it
that.
clean, sir.
Okay, I don't know if it's a combination. There are elements of this that I want to like. I love that he's wearing a pava, which is a nod to that's that sort of hat,
Okay.
which is a nod to his Puerto Rican
Okay.
heritage. I love that the tie is made out of raffia.
Oh,
But this
that's
is
cool.
the kind of thing
I
that
like
you
the
need to
brooch,
see
too.
up close.
No,
I
Mark,
am
he told me
over
last time he's over brooches, so we can't
I'm
do a
over
brooch.
brooches
Oh,
because
wow.
they've become this thing that like now you're going to see them
Mainstream.
on mannequins and
Yeah.
Zara and H&M.
I think that's where I got my last one. Don't judge me.
Moving on to Cynthia Erivo. Now, this breaks my heart because I love Cynthia
I
Erivo.
love her,
I
too.
think the world loves Cynthia
We all
Erivo
do.
after Wicked.
Yeah.
But this...
But this is how I felt about Lupita too. They are so stunning so often that these outfits were just kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see the boot and the skirt
Right.
and the
little
panties
underwear,
and the jacket
yeah.
and the
there
nails
were a lot of
fighting for their
underwear
lives.
last night with the Louis Vuitton stockings.
Yes.
Was Pharrell handing them out at the door?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Okay.
We also just didn't have a lot of big names that usually walk the Met Gala. Like you didn't have Taylor Swift, you didn't have Blake Lively, you didn't have Ryan Reynolds.
Everyone was wondering if Beyonce was
Beyonce,
going to show up,
yeah.
but no,
She's got a
Beyonce
show
wasn't.
Friday
She's
here.
got, there's no way
Beyonce's
she was going
here
to show up.
preparing for the next Cowboy Carter, which I think Kim Kardashian looked like she was going to Cowboy Carter to me.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be, for certain girls, I knew that menswear was going to be tough. It's like a weird silhouette,
Yeah,
but I
that
was
is hard.
actually happy to see it. I think that Nicki Minaj and I think Cardi B
Cardi B
both
was-
nailed
Oh,
it.
yeah, they
I
were
agree.
phenomenal.
I think they got it right.
Well,
It's
thank
just
you.
fun to judge these looks in our raggedy pajamas. They all looked wonderful. Marcellas, we appreciate your insight. And guys, you can catch Marcellas' documentary on Black supermodels called Supreme Models on Netflix. And thank you for being with us as
And
always.
I'm
You
loving this
loving
look.
me.
Yeah, can we praise your look?
Yeah.
You did.